Hey, Mr. Mike Portnoy, how you doing? This is George and MJ from Spark TV Magazine.
What's happening? How you doing?
Hi.
We're doing fine. We're doing fine. Thanks for the interview, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
So let me. I'm gonna make you a few questions, and then MJ is gonna do it if you're okay with that.
Okay.
All right, cool. There's no doubt that the Winery Dog has a lineup fit to be called a supergroup. But unlike many supergroups, this is a real deal, not just a side project. So when you all decided to get together and dedicate yourself fully to the Winery Dogs?
Well, when we first got together, we didn't know what we were getting into. We didn't know, how well it would gel and, what the outcome would be. So, in the beginning, we had no commitment beyond just getting together and seeing how it worked. But once we made the record, it was obvious that there was a great chemistry between the three of us, and that the music really was something special. So, once that came together, and then once we put out the record and saw the response and the incredible positive reaction, and then started playing shows, once the ball got rolling, we all realized that this was something that we really want to invest into and make a full-time band. I think all three of us are pretty unanimous in wanting this to be, home for many, many years to come.
Yeah, and I gotta say the album is really awesome. I got so impressed that I have to make a review, and I did on the last issue. We did.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people know you, obviously, and Billy Sheehan already, but Richie Kotzen was a very pleasant surprise for the most. Even though we all know Richie's work, of course, and we know that Eddie Trunk is responsible in some way to get all you guys together, how do you know that Richie was the best choice?
Well, I am the same as a lot of people that wasn't aware of Richie's true capabilities. Up until a couple of years ago, I only really knew him as, the replacement guitarist in Poison and Mr. Big. Yes. And then a couple of years ago, Eddie Trunk, as well as another good friend of mine, turned me on to Richie's solo work. And at that point, I became aware of his unbelievable talents and that he's the real deal. Not only is he a great guitar player that could play anything from shred to funk to blues to jazz. Not only is he a great player in that, with that kind of range, but also his vocals are off the charts. I mean, just such a passionate, soulful singer, that could do anything, from Chris Cornell to Glenn Hughes to Prince. So, once I became aware of his solo stuff, I realized his talents. And then when Eddie Trunk suggested him for me and Billy to hook up with, it was a no-brainer. It was obvious.
Yeah.
It was the perfect suggestion.
Yeah, it is, and I got very impressed with his voice the first time I heard him, and especially when he's singing. What was the song? I forgot the name of. Anyway, he was
The Time. Because
his voice. I mean, in the way he performs, shocked me so.
It happened to me too. I was very impressed too. He's awesome.
I think it was the best choice.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, when you're a real talent like that, you can't fake that. You can't construct that. So there are certain people that are just real, and he's real.
It is, and he's an awesome, good player as well. So you guys together look so awesome and sound great. So I understand your debut album went number 5 on the Billboard Top Rock charts in July. How do you feel about the reception of the album so far?
Well, it's amazing. I mean, there's two sides of it. There's the critical response, and then there's the commercial response. The critical response appeals to a certain audience. You know, something like Dream Theater, some people love it, some people don't get it. Something like Adrenaline Mob, some people love it, some people don't get it. Flying Colors, Transatlantic, the same can be said for anything I've done. Whereas with the Winery Dogs, for the first time ever in my career, it seems that everybody likes it. Whether you're a prog fan, a metal fan, a rock fan, you know, it seems like it's just universally embraced, and I guess the sort of music that kind of transcends genres. So, you know, the critical response has been amazing, and seeing all the fans loving it and being so supportive of it is great. And then there's the commercial response, which is amazing because, you know, for us to enter the Billboard charts as high as we did is shocking in this day and age for a brand new band. Obviously, I've had high charting things with other bands that have been at it for a long time, but when you have a brand new band or a brand new project, you know, usually you don't have very high expectations, you know, in terms of numbers and charting success. So it really was a very, very big surprise to us, and so satisfying, mainly satisfying for us because it proved to the industry people, you know, the potential of this band. And, you know, for me, I'm not a numbers guy. I care more about the music and what the fans think, but I know there's a lot of industry people, whether it be record company or promoters or managers, they care about the numbers.
Yeah, they do.
That at least we came up with numbers that made them happy as well, and just further solidified, you know, the importance of this band.
So, this is the first time that you are involved in a project outside of metal and prog genres. How different do you approach the songwriting process compared to previous projects you have played with?
Well, I approach the songwriting process in everything I do, regardless of the style, the same. I want to put my best foot forward. I always want to collaborate with people I respect and admire, and I always want to play and write what's best for the song and the style we're doing. If I'm working with Transatlantic, then we can write a 30-minute song. But obviously, you know, that's not the approach for the Winery Dogs. The Winery Dogs, we went in and tried to just write great, memorable, melodic rock songs with great musicianship sprinkled on top. So, you know, before I do any album with any band, I gotta think about the style that we're playing and the audience we're playing for and what we want to achieve. And regardless of what that direction is, I put my all into it. You know, I try to play for the song what's right. I try to, you know, be as passionate in everything I do, and I am.
It shows.
That's great. All right. How do you compare touring with the Dogs than your previous band, especially Dream Theater, the band you co-found?
Well, I mean, first of all, like I said before, it's a brand new band, so we're starting from scratch. You know, when I left Dream Theater, we were 25 years in, and we were playing, you know, theaters and arenas with big production and, you know, big crew and all that. So, you know, obviously with the Winery Dogs, even though the three of us have been around for a long time and have followings of our own, it's still essentially a brand new band. So we have to start from scratch. So in that respect, you know, it's all about the music and getting into the clubs and just sorting it out and presenting this band and winning people over night by night. So that's the biggest difference on the surface, you know, for me, what it's like to be touring with a new band. But musically and in terms of the chemistry, it's very different from anything else I've done, first and foremost because it's a trio. I've never played with a trio, so it's weird for me to be on stage with only two other people. You know, and sitting in a dressing room with only three people and sitting on a bus with only three people. It's a different, you know, a different kind of chemistry just because it's three people instead of 4 or 5. So that is different, but then also musically, you have that much more space to fill out. And, you know, Richie's singing the whole time, so me and Billy kind of have to carry the show in terms of performance and interaction with the audience. You know, so it's a different dynamic that I have to adjust to, but I really think that we're a great live band. You know, it's kind of like a 3-ring circus. It's like, you know, no matter where you look, you're going to be entertained.
What do you enjoy to play the most, prog or metal? at this point?
I mean, I love both. And the funny thing is, Winery Dogs is neither of those.
Yeah.
It's neither prog or metal. It's pretty much just straight up rock. But I still have my prog side. You know, I still have Transatlantic and Flying Colors has a touch of it as well. And, you know, the metal side will always be a big part of me. And you know, I loved playing with Event Sevenfold and with Adrenaline Mob, and I've done these Metal Master shows with the guys from Anthrax and Death and Slayer. So, you know, all these things are important. I don't think I could ever do only one. It's important for me to have a little bit of everything in my life. Because I'm a fan of all these things. You know? I'm the biggest metalhead you'll ever meet. I can go toe-to-toe with Stomp the Trunk any day. I'm also the biggest prog fan you'll meet. I mean, that's why I put together my Progressive Nation cruise, because I'm such a big progressive ambassador. So, you know, I'm passionate and a fan of everything I do, and I put 1,000% into everything I do.
You know, you have a great chemistry. Oh my God, chemistry with the band. I was wondering, how is the chemistry between you guys in personal?
Well, all three of us definitely have strong personalities, and I have to be conscious of that, you know, in terms of the balance of the decision making and the leadership. You know, with Dream Theater, I kind of was the unspoken leader, and I kind of ran the show just because that was my personality. And my personality was just way more outgoing than the other four guys. So that was a natural role for me to play in Dream Theater, but I don't take that role into everything I do. Every band I play in, I kind of have to wear different hats and have a different role depending on the people I'm working with. So working with Richie and Billy, we kind of have to all share responsibilities because all three of us are used to having a certain level of control in what we have done before this.
Okay.
So it's a learning process. You have to kind of, it takes a little time for everybody to find their role and for everybody to give each other space to do what they're good at. You know, and as time goes on, you learn what that chemistry is. But I think all three of us are very normal people. Well, Richie's not so normal. Richie's great.
But that's good in a way.
Kind of normal people, so we can deal with each other as normal human beings and have very grounded, down-to-earth conversations. And, you know, and like I said before, it's only three of us. So that makes the interaction and the chemistry and the dynamic a little easier as well.
So how do you compare Mike Portnoy from when you started in the music industry and the Mike Portnoy from today? Do you think you have changed? How and why?
Well, I don't think my ideals have changed at all. I'm still the same passionate music fan, obsessive compulsive, fanatic that I was when Dream Theater began, 28 years ago, however long it's been now. I'm definitely that same person on the inside. Obviously on the outside things have changed because I've had, almost 30 years of experiences and touring the world and, acclaim and, touring and magazines and record sales and, I have a family now. I'm in my 40s. So obviously the surroundings change and the things that are on the outside change around you. But honestly, I really think on the inside I'm still the same exact person with the same drive and the same goals.
So, Mike, we want to thank you for your time and giving, and it was an honor to interview such a rock legend like yourself. And one last thing that you want to say to the public or our readers from Spark TV Magazine?
What more can I say? I think I've said it all.
Well, Mike, it's been an honor for me.
I guess something I haven't said yet. Baba Booey. There we go.
Mike, it's so great to talk to you. You're an amazing person, as one of the greatest musicians, and thank you so much for giving us your time. We know it's precious.
My pleasure.